Alright guys, welcome back to Narex FX channel, and today I'll be doing a top-down analysis on GBP USD, and this is the particular pair I'll be trading today. And currently we are in Asian section, so I'll be doing a top-down analysis on this particular pair, explaining how I was able to get this entry. I just entered this particular market right now, so from here, I'll be explaining this whole concept of internal range liquidity and external range liquidity. So let me introduce my arrow so I can really explain very well. So if you look at this chart very well, let me bring in the arrow. Okay, if you look at this chart, the price has taken out the external range liquidity, and we were expecting price to push further below, taking out the internal range liquidity at least to the 50% of this range here in the price action. But from my own view, seeing that this price is going to continue bullish based on the fact that I think there's enough momentum, bullish momentum in the market. So if you look at it clearly, you see that we have a point of entry around here on this institutional reference point after a break of structure, which is the most recent, most recent structure. So if you look at here, you'll see from the using my fib, you see that we've not even entered the discount level, but we already have a retracement. So price have not filled this discount level yet, but we already have a retracement. So what price did was to react to a particular level here in the premium zone and is already going. So for now, me, I'll want to focus more on this particular data here, where I have something which attracted me to this particular setup here. If you look further here, if you look further on this chart, there's something you see which I'll be using that to hold as my boost to this particular trade. So I'm expecting price to pull up to the other high, then break above there. But for now, let me show you why I entered this particular trade. If you see here, we have an FVG right in this place here, and if you see that price has filled up this FVG to a particular level of 50%, and you can see price has filled up the FVG. If I should zoom in clearly, you see where we have this three candlestick formation here. That's the FVG. I talked about it. Then that gap in between the three candlestick formation is the imbalance, the FVG, fair value gap. So with time, we always expect price to fill up this imbalance without leaving them behind, just like what it did here. So if I should draw it clearly, you will see this particular point that price filled this place here and is being rejected on the higher time frame. So this is it. So price filled up this particular gap here on the higher time frame, and we expect to see price continue bullish because on the daily time frame we have a bullish perspective or a bullish bias. We broke structure on the daily time frame. So well, after this we will have to go lower. After this whole price action here, price have filled up the imbalance. So we would not like to see what we will have on the lower time frame to take our entry. But this was how I said I was able to detect that price was going up from here. So this is the 1 hour time frame. Okay, if I should take it lower, you see what we have in the 15-minute time frame. We had a kind of confirmation like a break of structure, although it may not be really visible because price have not swept this high completely. Like, we don't really have price to trade above that high completely. But from what I'm expecting, looking at the 5 minutes, I can show you a market structure shift already on the 5 minutes inside our point of entry, which is like a boost for me, guys. So I can show you a market structure shift. So if I should zoom in clearly, try to show you the last high that formed the previous low, or the last low has been taken out. So let me zoom in clearly, guys. Take this out and zoom in so you can view it very well. So I'll show you the market structure shift. So this is like a schematic diagram of what you want to see inside your POI. We have price move up, take out this particular level. This is how you kind of have your market structure shift idea and when to enter from. So looking at these green arrows I'm drawing, you just watch how I'm drawing them. So you want to see price take out the last high that formed this last low here. So that is your market structure shift here where I have this white line because we broke above the last high. So after something like this, you expect to see price, retrace down a little bit. If you're using the fib, you use the range of this particular high and low, retrace a little into the this thing, then your entry is going to continue from below the discount level here, then your stop loss will be below this low. So once you have a market structure shift like this, you can just take an entry. So I'm going to be showing you this particular formation on this chart here. So let me just take this out, and this is the chart now. 5 minutes. You see what we have here now. This is last the last low. That's the last low, guys. I don't know if you're seeing it clearly, but that's the last low. Let me take it up. So this is the last high here that formed this. That's the last high, and price broke above that last high. So that was where we have our market structure shift. So that's it here. So you can see that that was the last high that was formed, and this is it here. We also have an imbalance, which is quite interesting. And if you see, this was what made me, take this trade confidently. How price filled up this imbalance from this particular level. Let me take those arrows out so I can zoom in clearly. Now look at this action here. So if you're watching here, just like we had an average in the higher time frame, we also have one after the shift here. So this place tried to fill up the imbalance, it could not, but this particular place here, after the shift, you see that price retraced a little bit, trying to fill up this imbalance here. It did not reach, but the second time price came down and it completely filled the imbalance before pushing upwards. So now you can see we have a break of structure here, but we are going to look at that last high, not really this one. You can't really call that one a break of structure, but this is it. Now we are going to place our stop loss below here because we feel this imbalance and we don't expect price to come back here again in the 5 minutes because there is no other liquidity or imbalance around here. So this is it on this particular setup. So if you're looking at our potential exit point to be the previous high, which is the first take profit. So I'll set my take profit here, and the second place we'll be looking at is this other high. This is also a previous high. We take it down. Okay, if you take it down to like the 4 hours, there's also a high I'm also aiming at, but for now I'll be looking at this particular level first as my first take profit. So I'm expecting price to trade above from this particular place, taking out this previous old high. Alright guys, back to the video. I want to show you how I was able to get an entry on this GU like from the continuation. So this is it after like 1 hour. Abi, that was Asian section. I saw that setup, so it was a plus setup like I said earlier on. So I did not even have to wait for London because I know it was going. So this is it. I saw price tapped into this FVG on the 4 hours here, guys. So I was confident, and on the daily time frame I saw that it has also filled an imbalance here. Price has also filled this imbalance here. So I was confident. So I went down to the 15 minutes. On the 15 minutes, guys, I was actually looking for a convincing shift in market structure, which it was not really convincing, but I saw this formation already. But let me show you something, guys. Excuse me. I went back to the 5 minutes. Okay, in the 5 minutes, inside my point of interest, that's my FVG on the higher time frame, I had a market shift here. So after this market shift, if you see I explained when I saw price, let me delete it. Yeah, when I saw price filled up this imbalance, which made my entry an A plus entry, and I was expecting price never to come back to this level because yeah, price filled up this imbalance here. I don't know if you can see it very clearly, but this is it here. That imbalance here. So see how price reacted from here, and onto the second part it was able to fill up the imbalance right here. If you check 1 minute, maybe it will be very visible in the 1 minute. Okay, that's it in the 1 minute. It's visible in the 1 minute here. So price came in, entered this imbalance here after market structure shift. Guys, so this is it here. Let me show you. This was where I had my market structure sheet here. This last high that from the last low. So price broke here and came down, created an FVG, tried to fill it up, it could not. So it later entered it. So here, if you check on the 15 minute, it was very visible. So this was where I took my entry, guys. So I took my entry around here, and price came back to cover up this particular place here. Then also retrace down a little to balance up price before moving up. Okay, this was where I took my entry here. So price came down, cover up, then start going. So it was so very visible using the higher time frame to trade. So that's it on the video, guys. Please do well to follow and subscribe and ask for any question if you have. Right. So I'll be closing up to 50% here because almost at my first take profit. My first take profit should be this very high, and second take profit will be the previous high here. So I'm also going to close some of them here. So thank you, and please subscribe for more videos. So guys, this was actually where I did my analysis, and it's really playing out really nice. So this is it here. If you check on the 4 hours, I actually did my analysis here. So I was expecting price to come down to the other block, but it did not. But since we got an entry from the FVG, then it was still okay for me. So that's just it on GBP USD. Alright guys, see you in my next video. Alright guys, welcome back. It's just more like a recap before I go. I was just going to, explain a little before I go. So this is it here. I told you I was expecting price to take out liquidity first. Okay, that was my second take profit, and that last high was my third profit. So this was what price did. The price took out everything down to the last high there, my third take profit. So it's more like, you know a kind of confirmation for me that price is actually going to continue bullish right from here. So to me, price really want to fill up this imbalance I'm seeing here. I left one trade running while others have already gotten to my take profit. So for me, price want to fill up this imbalance before it continue going upwards. So I'll be holding on to this one. Like I said, I'm already done with the whole explanation. It's just a recap I'm doing and why I'm still holding this trade. But that's it on this particular video, guys. Please do well to subscribe for more videos. Thank you.